Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous from Scratch series. Raw material gathering near Dav's Hope. Sit down. Assist landing. We're going to do some raw material gathering and then we're going to go collect some asteroid mining equipment. Then we're going to check out 3 locations that might be a potential mining location. I like to mine in peace, not being attacked by pirates, so there's 3 or 4 places I want to check out. Is this alternate? And yeah, none of them might be feasible. Might have to go to an area where the mining's not as good. Is this landing? Sit down. But if I'm going to mine, I like it to be peaceful. So we just have to find some place like that. And we'll pick up some mining equipment and then start working on locating a location. Sys ship. So we're going to pick up some raw materials before we go and pick up our asteroid mining equipment. Again, we're not in a hurry. I always have to remind myself of that because I seem to get in a hurry. Sys dark. And it's like, no, you're not in a hurry. Let's find us a place to mine, and that'll be decent, or as decent as we can get, and where we can mine in peace and make it part of our routine. There was a place out near Sothis Seos. It's not that it was great, but we could mine in peace. We did have exceptions, so if we took out the exceptions of items, we would gather more materials. Like there's a ship over there. I mean, it's guarding something. Trespass zone, skimmers, stingers, canister, something that it's protecting. They will shoot at you if you shoot whatever they're guarding. But I like bounty hunting. I'd rather do bounty hunting than skimmers, stingers. And that's the doorbell. If you wonder what it is, the aliens are outside the SRV ringing the doorbell. My wife keeps kids in the back of the SRV, I guess. Little alien kids. Sometimes they seem like alien kids. Like Richard Pryor used to say, he said, yeah, children are brain damaged. Or that was Bill Cosby is one of them. That talked about kids being brain damaged. Right now we're collecting raw materials, and then we go look for a mining site, and then we might mine a little bit, and then go to Jameson Crest site after that, and come back here to Dav's Hope and collect some more materials, and just all kinds of fun stuff. But I think I'm going to have to put it part of the routine because it's just going to take too much asteroid mining to get 500 tons. Like there's probably an armed mining camp that way somewhere. So I'm always thinking, well, how best can I do an asteroid mining? It's not terrible, especially if you open it up to everything and you're just collecting stuff. As much as you can collect. Cheap stuff, expensive stuff, everything. And it's not as bad. So, and having a fleet carrier to dock with. So we just take the fleet carrier out and park it next to wherever we're going to mine. And mine all we can. Watch and see how we're doing on our 500 count, and then just keep, do 3 to 10 video captures of it, and then go do something else, then come back and do 3 to 10 video captures and go off and do something else. Just keep doing that until we complete it. Because I have to keep changing things up. It's just the way I am. Until we complete. Really, we're gathering materials, not just for the engineers, but we're trying to fill up our materials to total full, just like we have in our main account. That's what we're trying to do. And credits till we say, well, it's pretty good. Like we have almost 10.6 billion in our main account, and we got 1.6 billion in this alt account. Well, that's pretty good too. And it's just part of the routine. So we've got to make asteroid mining part of the routine, at least until we get over the 500 tons. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it part of the routine. But be sure to look to the lower right hand corner of the video and press the subscribe button. That's what we need more than anything right now, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. YouTube allows you, the viewer, to subscribe to 2,000 channels for free. And we need one of those because YouTube requires me as a content creator to have 1,000 subscribers. Well, that's just the way YouTube has set it up. I mean, I didn't set it up that way. I have no choice but to get 1,000 subscribers. If I want any financial help at all in putting together these videos, 1,300 of them plus. So I need your help. And if you enjoy our videos any at all, we need that support. Now, there's rumble.com. We're starting to put videos out there that they don't require 1,000 subscribers to get some kind of financial help. So, watch our videos out there. 2 or 3, 10, 20, 100 times. I mean, those things would help. Boom! I can't believe we didn't lose integrity off of that. Maybe because I turned and hit it at a glance or something. Oh my goodness. You come over a hill and there's a big boulder and there's no way you can miss it. Part of that obstacle course of this game. But look underneath the video in the description and find ways of donating and joining our Patreon and finding the fleet carrier and adding tritium to it. There's so many ways you can help our channel, and we'd really appreciate it. Underneath the video to the far left, you see our YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, or the link to it. And there's those 1,300 videos that you can watch. And we have like 22, I think it is, 22, 23 asteroid mining videos that you can watch. We've done asteroid mining before. Not great at it, but we did filter out everything but what we were going after. Well, because we have to have 500 tons, we're not going to filter anything out. We're just going to collect whatever we can collect and sell it to the fleet carrier. So, since we'll be doing it in the alt account, not in the main account. If it was in the main account, we could just transfer it to the fleet carrier. Well, we have to actually sell it to the fleet carrier. So we can transfer some We can transfer credits that way, because we can sell it at the highest price available that it'll allow, and then we can have our main account sell it to a station at some point. See, I used to not understand what those ships were for. I didn't know if they were some kind of alien ships or whatever, but over time I figured out it's just regular ships, but they're usually wanted pilots, and I play solo, so it was all NPCs, and they were protecting a trespass zone of some sort. And I had several of them take off and come after me because I launched an attack on that trespass zone. And you can watch the skimmer stinger videos, and you can kind of see where we attack the skimmer stingers, and at times we would even have would have their support ships come after us. So you do learn things over time, unless you just watch all my videos, and then you would learn it all of what I've gone through. And I've done pretty much in-game with our main account. We have a fleet carrier with all the services, 25 million a week in upkeep. We got nearly 10.6 billion in credits. We have gathered all the materials, the manufactured, the raw, and the encoded. All of them are pretty well 99%. There might be a few stragglers in there, but very few. We have 10 ships, including 4 Pythons, all outfitted for different purposes, like for cargo, travel, mining, and planetary exploration. And we have 4 cutters outfitted the same way as those 4 Pythons I mentioned. So, I mean, we've got an alt account. We actually have 4 alt accounts. This is really the first. We did start a beginnings series. We went through part 6. We'll probably pick up there on after we hit in-game in this account. So it is fun starting over, or close to starting over, and having alt accounts. If you watch Steam and watch for the Steam sales, at times they sell Elite Dangerous, which now includes Horizons, for $7.49. And I think it'll take about 3 months to completely hit a in-game of a sort. Is there another ship? No. Thought that might have been a ship, but it's just a boulder. See, I don't remember seeing 2 ships. Now, of course, we could take our Python, which has weapons, or we could take the SRV, go buy that ship, see if it's wanted, then call down the ship, the Python, and then we could go after him and attack him. But I don't really care about doing that either. We do bounty hunting, the same thing. Do that at times. I'm not as much into combat as many of you might be, but that's what's nice about Elite Dangerous. They say their goal is you can play the way you wish, but not totally. it's still, you'll hear from Frontier quite a bit about, well, it was written the way it was intended. Not written the way that their players want to play, but written as Frontier intended. So they kind of talk out both ends, because they say their policy is for their players to play the way they wish to play. Well, that's not totally true, because I don't like the interdictions. Star Citizen doesn't have interdictions, as far as I know, and I don't play Star Citizen, but my son does. He says he hasn't seen any interdictions in Star Citizen, so it's not like you have to have interdictions. Frontier has decided that you're going to have interdictions, and that's what I hate the most about the game, and the lack of traction in the SRV, and it spins you and you're always facing the opposite direction. Well, they do that when it comes to interdictions too. After an interdiction, you're usually facing the opposite direction from where your destination was. I don't like that either. So there's quite a few things I don't like, but there's things I do like. Well, this is the best game that I play at the moment. I do like Ultimate Fishing Simulator. Well, it kind of blew up a kind of a weird way. That big part is still there on the rock that we blew up. So I do like collecting materials because it's peaceful. And if I'm mining, I want it to be peaceful. Let me see what time we have compared to the time in the top left. Yeah, not much more. We'll hit a few more of these and then we'll end this video and then start up another one a little bit later. I can't say I totally grind. You know, I talk about it's a grinding game and things like that. My type of grinding is a little bit different. I only play about 30 minutes at a time, and then I take a break. I don't play for hours straight. So my grind is only for about 30 minutes, and then I take a break, and then I'll grind for 30 minutes again. So it's a little different. It's the only way I can keep my attention, and I need to not be tired. If I'm tired, it's much harder. So I take a whole lot of caffeine in coffee form or tablet form or however I can get it, just to stay conscious, so I can play. And I have the type of job that I'm not always needed, and I worked from home even before COVID, and it's a pretty good job. I like it. I'll probably stay where I currently work to the end of my career. I mean, it's a pretty good place. At least they try to work with you. The guy that has decided he was going to get me fired for some reason, and he wanted me out of there. Well, management pretty much, they try to stay as neutral as possible, but I requested to work in it's a very large company, so in a different department, and the position that they've got for me is pretty good. And I'll be doing that in the next 2 or 3, 4 months, working in that other department. So I like that, the way, what they were willing to do. So, but back to the game. Well, I thank you for watching. hopefully you'll watch some more of our videos, and hopefully you'll press that free subscribe button. That will really help me out with YouTube. We need all the help we can get, and you'll watch more of our videos on Rumble and Daily Motion, and watch even more of our videos at our GFM_RDG here on YouTube. So, and consider donating and joining our Patreon and finding the fleet carrier and adding tritium to it. So until next time, thank you for watching. Goodbye.